My iPhone used to get so hot it felt like I was holding a coffee mug. Seriously. I'd just be scrolling social media, maybe watching a couple of videos, and the back of the phone would start to feel like it was cooking itself from the inside out. The screen would dim, apps would start to stutter, and everything would just slow to a crawl. It drove me crazy. I got so fed up that I started seriously looking at those clip-on phone coolers you see everywhere. I was this close to dropping cash on a MagSafe fan, thinking it was the only real solution. But then, I found it. A single setting, buried deep in the labyrinth of iOS. And changing it made a massive difference. The constant, annoying heat during normal use just stopped. The lag went away. My phone finally started running cool again, the way it's supposed to. And the best part? It's totally free and takes less than 10 seconds to fix. This isn't about buying a new case or a special charger. It's a software fix that costs nothing. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what this setting is, how to change it, and why it has such a huge impact on your phone's temperature. And stick around, because I'll share a few bonus tips that will make your phone run even cooler and faster. Section 1. The hidden setting that drains your iPhone. Alright, let's get right into it. One of the biggest, most overlooked causes of unnecessary heat on your iPhone is a feature called background app refresh. Now, I know some of you have probably heard of it, or maybe even turned it off for a couple of apps. But I want you to really get what's happening here, because most people have no idea how much chaos this one feature is causing in the background. Think of it like this. Imagine you're trying to focus on one important thing, but you have a dozen people constantly tapping you on the shoulder, whispering in your ear, asking for your attention. You couldn't focus, you'd get exhausted, and you'd probably get pretty irritated, right? That's exactly what background app refresh is doing to your iPhone's processor. When it's on, it lets apps you aren't even using wake up in the background, connect to the internet, and fetch new data. Social media apps are refreshing your feed. News apps are updating headlines. Your email is pulling in new messages. Every single one of these little actions makes your phone's processor work. When one app does it, it's not a big deal. But when you have dozens of apps all doing this, all day long, your processor never gets a break. And just like a car engine that's always running, all that constant work generates a ton of heat. This isn't just about heat, either. This is also one of the biggest drains on your battery. So by fixing this, you're not only tackling the heat problem, but you're also going to see your battery life get way better. So, how do we fix it? It's incredibly simple. First, open your Settings app. Then, scroll down and tap on General. Inside General, you'll see Background App Refresh. Tap it. This is the control center. At the very top, tap Background App Refresh one more time. You've got three options: off, Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi and cellular data. The default for most people is that last one, which is the absolute worst. It means your apps are constantly refreshing, whether you're at home on Wi-Fi or out and about, burning through your mobile data. For the biggest and most immediate impact, I want you to set this to off. Just turn it off completely. But wait, you might be asking, won't that break my apps? The answer is no, and this is the biggest misconception. Turning off background app refresh does not stop your apps from getting push notifications, like text messages or DMs. All it does is stop the app's content from pre-loading when you're not using it. The second you open an app like Instagram, it will refresh with all the latest stuff, just like always. The only difference is, the app is now working when you want it to, not whenever it wants to. You're taking back control. For 99% of people, switching this off is the right move. Your phone will run cooler, your battery will last longer, and you'll notice pretty much zero difference in how your apps feel. You've just eliminated tons of tiny, pointless tasks that were murdering your performance. Section 2. Bonus Tip 1: Taming location services. If disabling background app refresh was the main event, this next tip is the perfect follow-up. We're going to rein in location services. Your iPhone's GPS is an amazing tool, but it's also incredibly power-hungry. Every time an app checks your location, your phone has to fire up its GPS hardware. Do this over and over, and you guessed it, heat. A lot of apps ask for your location, and we often just grant it without a second thought. Some even get always access, meaning they can see where you are 24/7, even if you haven't opened the app in weeks. This is a huge source of heat and battery drain that we can easily fix. Here's what you do. Go back to Settings. Scroll down and tap Privacy and Security. At the top, tap Location Services. Now, you could just turn the whole thing off, but that's a bit much for most people since it would disable Maps and Find My. Instead, we're going to be smart about it. You'll see a list of every app that wants your location. Go through this list, one by one, and ask yourself, does this app really need to know where I am? You'll see a few options. Never. This is the best choice for most apps. Your photo editor, a simple game, a social media app you just browse? Set them to never. Ask next time or when I share. This is a great option that puts you in the driver's seat. The app has to ask for permission every single time. While using the app, this is the right setting for apps like Google Maps, Uber, or a weather app. They obviously need your location to work, but only when you have them open. Always. Be ruthless with this one. Very few apps truly need this. Does Facebook need to know where you are when you're not using it? Absolutely not. An app set to always is like a tiny spy in your pocket, constantly reporting your position and heating up your phone. Change almost everything from always to while using the app, or never. Cleaning this list up will make a noticeable difference. You're stopping another set of background tasks that do little more than generate heat. Section 3. Bonus tip 2: the obvious stuff that actually works. Alright, before we get to the last software tip, let's cover the common sense fixes that people often forget. These are recommended by experts for a reason. First, take off your case. Especially if it's a thick, insulating one. Cases trap heat, and giving your phone some breathing room can cool it down quickly. Second, avoid direct sunlight. This one's a biggie. Leaving your phone on a car dashboard or out in the sun at the beach is the fastest way to get that iPhone needs to cool down warning. Third, use certified chargers. Cheap, uncertified chargers can be inefficient and generate excess heat in both the charger and your phone during charging. Stick with Apple's chargers or reputable, made for iPhone, MFI, brands. And finally, if your phone is already hot and you need a quick fix, turn on low power mode. It immediately reduces background activities and tones down performance to help it cool off. Section 4. Bonus tip 3: silencing the noise. Okay, for our final tip, we're tackling something that seems harmless but creates a death by 1,000 cuts problem for your processor: notifications. Every single notification that lights up your screen, every news alert, every email preview, wakes up your phone and uses a little bit of processor power. 1 or 2 is fine. But hundreds a day? That adds up to real heat and battery drain over time. Let's do a quick audit. Go to Settings, then tap on Notifications. You'll see that list of all your apps again. The mission is to be merciless. For every app, ask yourself, do I really need to be interrupted by this right now? For games that pester you to come back and play, turn them off. For news apps sending dozens of breaking alerts, turn them off. You can just open the app when you want the news. For social media, maybe turn off notifications for likes and followers, and only keep them on for direct messages. A cleaner notification screen isn't just better for your focus, it's better for your iPhone's health. Fewer interruptions for the processor mean less work, less energy used, and ultimately, less heat. Conclusion: so there you have it. The secret to a cooler phone isn't always some expensive gadget. It's about taking back control from the features quietly running in the background. Background app refresh is a huge one, constantly working your processor. Turning it off is one of the most effective ways to cut down on that random, unnecessary heat. When you combine that with being smart about your location services and notifications, and you remember the physical stuff like avoiding sunlight and taking off your case, you create a powerful strategy for efficiency. Your phone won't just run cooler during day-to-day use, but you'll also see a major boost in battery life and smoother performance. Of course, for heavy-duty tasks like long gaming sessions, phones are still going to get warm. That's why there are always rumors that Apple is looking into new hardware, like vapor chamber cooling for a future iPhone 17 Pro or something similar. It just shows you how big of a deal managing heat is. But you don't have to wait for a new phone. You can make these changes right now. I want to hear from you. Which of these tips made the biggest difference for your iPhone? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if this video helped you out, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more tips to help you master your tech. Thanks for watching and enjoy your cooler, faster iPhone. Smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more tech challenges, future experiments, and real talk from TechWave 65.